you're like from probably seem like I'm talking about in gym as opposed to literally the last 35 minutes. Go off on tangents and fucking talk, so I can get up to do in general, and then hopefully a lot of gameplay while there's certain stuff based on the time of what's currently going on in this game. Um, is that you, not my cunt? So we're gonna be we're gonna just open up the 2 packs that come each week for everybody. And I'm not going to do a ton of talking because I just talked way too much in the last one when I attempted to do that. But again, here's the store. Here is both. What's up, man? Good to see you. So these packs are basically the equivalent of either 15,000 coins or 300 NHL points. As I went through and explained in the last one of basically how much that would cost you if you actually bought those NHL points with money. And I don't even fucking care, honestly, at this point. I mean, it's like, whatever it is, it's like, to buy 2, I think, would be more than like 20 bucks or whatever. And then for me, with these coins, I don't even have enough to buy 10 of them. I could buy 9. But as you'll see, like, why would I ever buy 9 of these things? They're not worth it at all. And again, here are the pack probabilities, just for the very last time. So, we're going to get a 74 plus, and then we're also we're going to get 6 player items at a minimum, possibly more. Oh, so you're not, sorry, you're one of like 3 people that actually talk on this thing. I'm assuming you're not somehow all 3 of those people with different names. So I sometimes forget who does play this game and does not, and does know these things and does not. But yeah, so like, look, it's 300 points, and so if you bought 2 of them, I guess it's only, per pack it's only $3, which isn't much. But you can't pay 5 and get 2. And then none of these really break down to 300 very well. So I guess actually what I was talking about before is like 20 bucks here, and then technically that's 7 of these packs with an extra 100 left over, which is technically worth $1, or 1 of these bronze plus packs, which are crap and are 4 items, or 2 of the regular bronze packs, which are even more crap, and 8 items, which are only 3 player items, yada yada yada. That's it. So anyways, it's basically 74 plus is guaranteed, but again, for what we're doing in this format channel of wanting to get untradeable cards, those are basically just going to be gold rares that we're looking for, so we need them to be 80 plus. Pulling 2 packs, 44% means there's a good chance of getting 1 of those and maybe nothing else. However, these packs typically do not give you untradables, so instead, thank you very much. Appreciate the good luck wishes. So instead, what I would really be looking for here would be, well, I mean, obviously you're always looking for crazy good cards. That would be amazing. Like, so just give me the fucking, premium Crosby, Ovi, McDavid at this point. Premium, sorry, not premium, the primetime, or any other like crazy awesome cards like that I'm assuming can get some good money in the auction market. I have not looked lately, because then I could have more coins and then I could do more shit. But since I'm probably not going to get untradables for how these work, then we're looking just more so in terms of just kind of filling the collection with shit that we can put into the rerolls to be able to get good cards when we do those sets that are going to be untradeable and therefore can add to the team. So if that makes any sense, that's basically kind of what we're looking for here. So again, it's at least 6 player items, so it could be only 6 out of the 20 that are player items, which leaves up to 14 like cards items that are not player items, and they could all be fucking contracts and healing, which are worthless. And 1 is a guaranteed rare. This is where I went off the rails explaining this before, probably at the same time frame, about 4 or 5 minutes in, so I'm not going to do that, but just pointing out the fact that just because it's a guaranteed rare It means nothing in terms of the grade. It can be a bronze rare. It can be a 50 overall rated card and still count as your one guaranteed rare. And yes, you can get more than one rare in these packs, and I probably will. And now that I've said that, I'm going to jinx myself into not getting one. But it's like you'll get maybe like a bronze and 2 silvers, or like 2 or 3 silvers that are rares. Or maybe you'll just get the 1 gold rare and be done with it. But they're not actually guaranteeing that you're going to get a gold rare. And of those, 1 being a guaranteed gold rare. So now that I just said that, I guess that is actually the case. So now, the fuck. So hold on. So 6 player items, 1 being a guaranteed rare and 1 being guaranteed gold. No, I was right. I was like, I've done this before. I know what the fuck I'm talking about. All right, so it's 1 being a guaranteed rare and 1 being a guaranteed gold player, which I'm not going to click back into the store and show the probabilities, but 74 plus tends to be gold, at least common. So that's why that's a guarantee, because it's 100% on the probabilities, and at least 6 gold items. Again, the contracts and healing are considered gold. As are some other shit that like I have no desire to get whatsoever, but I'm going to get in these packs and I'm going to get them in other places. So yes, you are going to get at least 6 player items, so it could be only 6. You are going to get at least 1 guaranteed rare, but again, that can be bronze. And you are guaranteed at least 1 guaranteed gold player, but that is not required to be a rare and therefore 80 plus. It can be any gold and not rare, and so I mean it can be less than 80, I guess is the point. And then 6 gold items, they don't have to be player items, they can be other stuff. So well overdue, 7.5 minutes in. Let's get in here and open up these packs. Let's hope for like one thing good out of this, right? I mean 20 items twice, that's 40 items. We don't usually get anything good out of them. I say we, I mean everyone in general, just everyone that plays this game. You don't tend to get a very, very good amount of stuff out of these packs. So when you get 1 each week, not meaning like you get 1 each week, but like any week that you do it, if you get 1, you're happy. That's what you're hoping for here. We'll do the slow burn. We'll pull them out each time. You know what I mean? Healing. So that's one of, it's already taken out of the numbers, so one of the 6 guaranteed gold items. So you're going to get 5 more of those. So obviously you prefer if they're players. That is also gold. So, which is cool. I don't have it, but then another fucking healing. So we've already ripped off 3, now 4. Jesus Christ. Of the gold items. So you only have 2 more guaranteed. And there's your rare. There's your bronze. You know what I mean? Like the whole pack is completely fucked at this point. I mean, like I'm cool with the Penguins Arena, I guess, whatever. And the bronze will get it put into a churner, but this is so fucking bad. And then we're done. Like we're done. The pack is done. Look at that. That's so no, not fully yet, I guess. That's 5 gold items. So we technically have to get at least 1 more gold item, and we have to get a gold player. But that's it. All the other, I'm not disagreeing with you, Mike. Yeah, we're gonna get a gold player, and that's basically it. That's the only other thing that's kind of guaranteed, and then that would count as also meeting the requirement for the 6th gold item. Why is it? Oh, it's just the logo that's huge. It looks weird for whatever reason. Another bronze gold rare. Another bronze rare. It's just fucking up the rares even more. Regular silver. It's a gold item, so the gold items are out at this point. All 6 have been done. There's no guarantee of getting any more. And another bronze rare. And another bronze rare. And a silver rare. It's a lot of rares. Is that another reason why I don't like this game is like I can't tell because I don't know the fucking Spokane Chiefs, but I'm guessing that's a gold. I'm sorry, a bronze logo. See, like even trying to say it out loud, I was like messing it up saying it out loud because I I think that it's bronze, and I wish that bronze and gold were more distinguishable, and not just for people like me that are basically colorblind. What the fuck, man? So I mean, okay, that's a silver jersey. That's pretty clear. It's, silver is more distinguishable between bronze and another silver rare. And we got 1 at 69 and 1 at 70. I mean, they're basically as high as you can get for silver rares that are not considered gold cards. We just ended the Penguins today? What the fuck's going on here? We got a gold jersey for the Penguins. If we get enough Penguins players out there, we could get some sell. You gotta be fucking kidding me. Okay, so the gold card that we got is not a rare. It's a common. It's a 78. So it's technically second highest overall rated gold common that you can get. And for those people that don't play the game, those are the stats. Actually, pretty decent as far as speed. 89. I've got plenty of like 85 overall gold rare, current NHL players that are considered, top, considered all-stars, winning awards that are basically the exact same level for speed. So the speed is not bad, but the rest of it is shit. You just don't want the guy on your team. So he would go into, especially being untradeable, he's going to go into the 5 gold commons for 1 gold rare reroll, probably as early as tomorrow. Well, that's the thing, Mike. Off the market is what you would like to do. There's no fucking value in that. If I remember that guy's name, I could actually go in and show you that just for you if you do stick around after this. I will show you how little value there is for that particular card in the market. Otherwise, I would absolutely go to sell it. Ruining the rares just right off the bat by making them silver, right? And ruining the golds by making them contracts. But we are pulling up some gold jerseys. That's fun. Unless that's bronze. But that's the Avs. It should be gold. You get it? Okay, cool. But yeah, like what I'm just saying, like gold common cards currently have a little bit more value, generally speaking, in this current market than they did before, for a variety of different reasons. But even so, I think they're still down from what they were at the beginning of the game when you actually wanted those players on your team because nobody had really good teams yet. Whereas now, like, nobody plays gold commons on their team at all. Like, even if you play against the worst player in the worst teams, they're not going to have them on their team. So it's really just people selling them for people that want to buy them as part of the churning process. So there we go. So we fucked up again. Another gold common. So okay, I guess I'll stop talking now. Patty Burge, duplicate, as you see. Now, the interesting thing here for me on this particular card is that, yeah, it's kind of nice. The interesting thing is here is that he's not only a duplicate for this base card, but I have him on my team non-tradable for this base card, which means that this card being tradable is off to the market with him, as you said 3 comments ago. Absolutely going to try to sell this for something of value and hoping to get something. Yes, exactly. It's considerably better than contract healing, even though at least contract and healing I will use eventually because people get hurt and you have to extend your contracts for your team. It's just that you've got hundreds of them currently, so it's like no big deal, right? Here with Bergeron, dude, he sold early game, sold like probably 30K on average, and it dropped as low as as a 5K, like the lowest that you can get a gold rare for, generally speaking. Yeah, contracts are shit basically. Not as much shit as this though. Here, the duplicate head coach that I just like. I have to go and oh, it won't let me. That's weird. It won't let me automatically sell from there. Oops. Didn't mean to click one over, but all right, we got Bruins Arena now too, just in case we want to do an all Bruins team with Bergeron now, I guess. But yeah, real quick, all I was saying here is that this Bergeron being a duplicate and tradable format, I'm gonna hope to try to get some coins out of this. And if I can't, honestly, he'll just go into the fucking churn in the same way that he would as if he was an untradeable. Because, as I said, I've got the untradeable base. And the untradeable base is not or has no reason to ever be on my team uh, because I have his untradeable upgrade for the team of the week, which is +2 and an 86 overall, and all of those other stats +2 as well. So why in the world would I ever play with a subpar version of the exact same player? And as is the case in almost all of these sports sims games, you can't put two different versions of the same player on your team at once. So even if I like sold all my cards and only had Bergerons left, I couldn't fill my team. I'd only be able to pick one of those to play. So long story short, this card is definitely going away. It will not be in the collection for very long. However, one of the reasons why it may be in the collection a little bit longer is like if I check the market and it's like it seems like I'd have to get lucky to get even 5,500 as opposed to 5K. Then fuck it, you know what? Like I'll hold it for now, and like how much lower can the market possibly get, right? And then even if it does, you would hope that him specifically would hold more value than other gold rares, players that aren't as good as him, even after the overall gold rare market tanks even further. That's the thinking that I think of when I pull this card. Like, yeah, it's sweet, but it's how much value am I adding in terms of my coins? You know what I mean? Regular silver. The WHL Chicago Blackhawks, Portland Winterhawks. Yeah, which is not even AHL, so that's like that's the second. It's the equivalent of like the AA team in baseball. It's interesting. I don't know. I might like hang on to that. I mean, I don't think I have enough of those to even put them into a set, anyways. And I can't imagine it's worth anything in the market. Last card, Brian Fiddler being gold and being I wish I could click and show, but I can't. It's synergy that I could want and use at times, but as you see, it's part of the duplicates. If I wanted to quick sell all of those, I'd be able to get 3,000 coins. And I just feel the need to point out the fact that even on a probably decent run, especially for a free pack, not a ton of value, a fair amount of rares, and then one good player card, and one other gold card. Was it no two gold cards, right? No, just the one. We had the one other one in the other pack. So one regular gold common, and then one good player, and an arena for a popular team, but it doesn't necessarily mean that there'd be value from that. And an interesting logo for me. Yeah, it could have been worse. It could have been as bad as the last pack or other packs that I've pulled. But the point that I would like to make here is that if I were to use the quick sell option here, it's 3,000 coins. And if you were to buy any of these packs, it's what the fuck did it? Yeah, it's 15,000, right? So you just think of like if you were just simply buying these packs, hoping to get lucky, and then quick selling everything because you don't even feel like going through the effort of like either the player cards trying to put them into sets for rerolls, and the other stuff like although technically logos and arenas you can kind of also try to put into sets. Head coaches are just completely worthless. So like you know you're not really going to be able to sell those for anything. Contract and healing, I guess you could put those on the market and maybe get like 50 coins out of those too. So basically, point being, like you're not going to really be able to get any value from these cards, and if you're not going to go through the effort of putting them into rerolls, then you might honestly open these things, whether it's the free versions like these were, or if you're silly enough to buy them. Are you doing that with coins? Like, are you going to spend 15,000 coins and come in here? This is going to be the result you're going to get. You didn't get anything great. You didn't get anything special. Like, this card here is not bad. And yes, I personally do think that you can get more than 3,000 coins currently on the market from that one card. And so therefore, quick selling all of them simply for that fact would be a bit silly. I think you'd be better off adding him to the collection. Let's see if it lets you do that. I mean, granted, you can quick sell him for 1,000 coins. So I think what would happen here is if you, I haven't done this before, but if you send just him to the collection, I know other YouTubers do this. So now, yeah, see, there you go. So the quick sell immediately went down by his 1,000 coins. So they're essentially saying the rest of these are worth 2,000. So personally, I think that would be the better choice to go, because like this one, you can get 25. You can get 25 coins for, and even like one that's relatively rare, 160, right? And the contracts and the healing, nothing. The coaches, 200. So that's how they come up with those numbers of two grand coins. But that would be my advice to anybody that would be doing this. If you are gonna go through and just churn, and I don't give a shit, man. Like if you got 1 million or 10 million or 1 billion coins, and you want to rip through a bunch of gold standard packs that these were for 15,000 coins a pop, and when you don't get at least anything like 85 plus, you don't get alumni, you don't get specials, team of the weeks, prime times, right now the Halloween cards, previously the evolution cards, although I don't think those were available in these packs. The probabilities aren't even saying that you can get anything special other than alumni. And I pulled so few of these since the specials have come out that I don't even really know, honestly, if you can. But point being, like, even on base cards, so if you're just basically doing this just to see if you can get, say, Ovi and Crosby and McDavid and Carlson, and who else used to have a ton of value and still has a couple ounces of value left in them. I guess Malkin and maybe Kuznetsov, even though Kuznetsov has had like 3 upgrades, so his value has obviously gone down. So if you're just doing that, if you're just ripping through a bunch of 15,000 coins to see if you can get one of those and then quick selling them, again, it would have been 3,000, or you can do what I did, which is drop the Bergie into the collection, and then you have the option to sell the rest for 2K coins, just as basically like a recoup on your loss of your loss that you're willing to accept at that point, and then recouping the loss, and then returning it back in, because then technically at a minimum that's at least giving you the 2K back towards another 15 to keep ripping through and doing that. But I don't know. I don't think that's part of the reason why I don't do that. I personally think it's pretty stupid if that's the choice that you're making, because like how many times are you going to do that to get even just one of those cards that I mentioned? And me, I think last I looked was barely 6 figures. Ovi was not selling even for 80. Malcolm was dipping down below 50. Carlson was probably 60 or 70 because he hasn't had any upgrades yet. Because Kuznetsov was kind of weird. I think you can get him closer to like 30 or 35. So like, what the fuck? Like basically, if you do this for the purpose of getting Kuznetsov base card, his value is the same that you could just buy on the market as getting 2 of these packs, which is what I just ripped through and what you just saw. And I sent them all to the collection, and it popped up and probably had a quick sell all on there. In fact, this is a live broadcast. I'll be able to go back in and watch the replay and see what that number was. I would imagine, since we didn't have a Bergie, we didn't really have too much of other value in there. I just off the top of my head, I would guess that it would have been less than 3K. I remember seeing it very briefly and thinking that it was a pretty low number. But obviously it's almost always going to be less than 15K. Quick sell all is not kind of the way to really even break even by doing this. So you saw 2 packs, you saw 30K. If what you're hoping for out of that is a base Malkin, pony it up, buy it on the auction market. Yeah, that's it, man. That's all I gotta say. I think it's silly to do otherwise. So that's gonna be all for us. This was meant to be 10 minutes at most, and I went 25, which is silly. And now I'm more energized, which sucks because I wanted to go to bed. So who knows? It might be another live broadcast tonight, which would basically just be gameplay. Because it looks like I think we're about a couple hours away from the next sets of being available. Although some of that gameplay could garner us some other things to open up. So who knows? Maybe it would happen. I'm kind of rooting for it not to happen, for this to be the end, and for me to try to get some rest and chill out, and maybe start to find out right before I go to bed and then again tomorrow when I wake up if it's going to be worth the time to go ahead and get. Actually, I'm going to come back out of here 1 second just to see if you're still there, just to see if you have any, just to see if you personally have any views on this. I talked about it before you joined the last one. Part of the reason why it seems like there's a lot less people playing this game right now is because Red Dead Redemption 2 came out. So one of the things that I was sort of doing before doing this that I might do as I wind down for the night, hopefully, and if not, then I'll probably take a look at it tomorrow, even though once tomorrow eventually starts for me, which could be in the next 2 hours, I'm going to have other stuff to do. Yeah. Yeah, it's out. So everyone's fucking playing it. And it wasn't good timing for me. So I'm not yet, but this channel could very well have some Red Dead 2 content coming to it very soon, like say in like a week. So that's part of what I'm going to try to decide for myself is like seeing some info that's out there from people that I respect, and trying to decide if it's something that I kind of want to do, because I've been mostly laser focused on this game, and it's been to my detriment, with, as you can see, with the 140k coins there, and a shit team. Yeah, I would agree with that. So I guess that might be something for me to like find a therapist to talk about with, right? Am I actually having fun doing this fucking game and doing these broadcasts? I don't know. It's part of the reason why I decided to go with the whole like new format channel and forcing myself to play Hut with only the non-tradables, and since nobody seems to watch, like maybe 4 or 5 people other than me watch these things on average, so I don't think I'm giving this away to other people. But originally, when I was doing this, I thought that a halfway decent name for the sub channel would be Puck Insane. But now I'm starting to think that it might be kind of cool to like go with like untradables, with like the Untouchables logo. And like if I could get super crazy with it, which I don't really have personally the skills to do, like take the most like well-known photo of like the Kevin Costner version of that movie, and just like take their, you know, supplant like their faces, like Costner and the other key actors that are shown on that shot, and put in like, you know, the hockey players like Ovi and Crosby and all them. As well as like obviously like some legends like Gretzky, etc. That was part of what I've been thinking in the last few days as I've been trying to churn out as much of these broadcasts as I can. I might choose to go that route. So I don't know. It's like untradables versus untouchables. Is it close enough? Is it enough of a pun? Does it work? I don't know. But yeah, other than that, it's like the Red Dead Redemption 2. It's like I'm absolutely going to play the game. I mean, I think that has pretty much already been decided. I played at least the very first game in that franchise, like way back when I used to still play games on consoles. So like I'm gonna play. That's a guarantee. But like, am I just gonna wait however long it's gonna take to be able to get essentially, you know, a free rental version of the game and play that for however long that allows me to do that for, and maybe just do that constantly during that time frame that I have and not focus on anything else? so that I can, try to basically finish the game. Because the stuff that I've seen so far is that it's like, oh, it's like the greatest game ever. It's super immersive. But it's very slow paced in terms of the story and the actual gameplay and yada yada yada. But it's like the biggest game ever and the greatest game ever, and it's like 100 gigs as opposed to like your first game being like 10 gigs. That's what I was getting at. Is it'll take you a while. They're saying the dude that I was just watching, and I got to watch more of it. He was saying it's like it's more than 20 hours and up to 80 hours. And I think that means like that's like the total time that it takes you to complete this storyline, which I guess is why it's out now and people can play, and maybe somebody's done with it already. I mean, it's been out for 20 hours, so they could be done, right? And that person that I'm talking about, I mean, he basically had played for like 16 days straight. But even if it's 80 hours, you can still get that done in a month. If you're essentially a full-time gamer, and you're not focusing on too much else. And so I guess that's why the Rockstar, in conjunction with the other partners, have decided to release the game as it is right now, and basically the standard sort of story mode. And then a month from now is when Red Dead Online will come online. And it's probably at that point at which I just fucking hate the game and never want to play it anymore. Because as I think I can't stand online play, and these next gen consoles versions of online play is just even more annoying than original versions of online were, in my opinion. There's just too much, bullshit out there to make it worthwhile and fun, and they become way too much pay to play, and that's not me. It's not, so. That whole thing, assuming based on what they're saying, assuming Red Dead Online is whatever the fuck GTA 5 Online is, but because they're the exact same developer but different teams that worked on them. I don't know if they're out of different production houses. Haven't even looked into that much. Killzone 2 multiplayer was great. Never played it, so I can't confirm or deny my own views on that. But yeah, they're honestly for me, man, it comes down to, I know it's a PC, it's not console, but for me it was like StarCraft 1. Although I own and have played 2 as well, and actually still have 2 to this day on disc format, despite not even owning a computer that has a disc drive, which is weird, but I do. I have that. But StarCraft 1, multiplayer, being able to play online, initially, like in the very beginning, for a brief fading moment, I was like, okay, this is cool, this is fun. I like what's going on here. Especially being a PC game, at least back then, outside of like a college dorm room environment, typically most people they weren't having like parties. They weren't like, hey man, come over, like let's rock out on my PC. I got this sweet PC game that we can play, like multiplayer co-op. Because like, who the fuck even had like 2 inputs to be able to play like a 2-player PC game, or like who owned 2 computers that were sitting on the same network that could play in the same game as a co-op. Like, those things happened for sure, but it was super rare. As opposed to like for the consoles, it was much easier because like everyone had a console, and then whatever, and every console had initially 2 and then 4 and then 6 and then 8 and whatever inputs for how many people could play on just the one console, and then they had them so you could like pair them together in the same screen, and so you could have fucking 64 people playing in one room on the same game on the same screen. And then they were like, all right, well, let's put them on multiple screens. But point being, for a brief fading moment there that might have only lasted like 10 minutes online, was fun. That's my personal opinion. I was like, oh, this is kind of cool. And I was like, oh shit, okay, well, this guy's or girl, or now today might consider themselves be neither, um, was just like absurd in terms of like how easily they were able to like destroy me in that in the PvP version of that. It was like no matter what choice I made. I don't know if you're familiar with the game, but it's like uh, Terran, which is humans, or Zerg, or Protoss. Um, so it's essentially two aliens of kind of different backgrounds and that don't necessarily like each other, and humans. So basically, three different versions. A little bit about it. Yeah, it was huge. I mean, even StarCraft 2, which was more of a recent release on PC, was pretty huge. But I guess more of like a cult following as opposed to um, I don't know. Blizzard before they killed themselves was a pretty popular developer. And now that I'm saying that out loud, like I think yeah, there you go. So I mean, I think they were, but that's the thing is like there were a lot of people, unfortunately, that played World of Warcraft, that never got into, uh, and even on PC, and then never got into either one of the two versions of StarCraft. And so they basically only think of Warcraft, when they think of Blizzard. When Blizzard did other things, StarCraft being one of them. And as I was saying, Blizzard, I was like, I think, am I totally off base on this? I think they also developed, maybe not the original version, but like some version before it died of like NBA Jam on consoles, like on the whatever. I don't even know what console that was. It's way too late. This is why I should not be up, and I should stop playing this game. I should stop doing live broadcasts because I cannot think clearly at this point, obviously. But unfortunately, having a little back and forth, and apparently your 21 comments managed to get me a little bit energized, because it's like this shit ain't real yet. You know what I mean? Like, this is not a real channel yet. It's not been published at all. It's not connected to any social media formats. It's Facebook, Twitter, or even Twitch. It's just YouTube. It's just PlayStation. And I haven't even told. I literally have not told a single person about it. So, it's like, dude, you don't have to apologize. I'm just saying it's because of that. It's like, because it's not a real thing yet, and this was like, for anybody that actually knows the NHL game, what I just did was basically the most boring thing in the world, and yet we just did 38 minutes on this one, and I wasted 35 minutes prepping for it before you joined in on the last one, and was already planning on killing that because I was going on up to this whole fucking aside of like why it's stupid to talk to professional athletes like the moment after they have something huge that happens to them, like winning the World Series or even just like winning a big football game or whatever the fuck it is. So yeah, it's like I gotta just kind of stop doing that kind of nonsense. But luckily, because this isn't a real channel and there aren't, what are we up to now? Like 11 or 12 subscribers, and we get like, as I said, I think it's like maybe 4 or 5 views on these live broadcasts that are not me. Considering that like I've done nothing for promotion on it, I let the automatic PS4 tags pop up, but so that might be like what brings in the random people who come in, like whoever maybe that is, unless that person wants to make a comment to say who they are. Otherwise, they might be like the people who just kind of find it because it had the tags, and then they're in for like 30 seconds and they hear me talk, or they see that like I'm not actually doing much of anything on the screen, at least in this case, and then they just peace out. So otherwise, I will be cutting this off unless the second person who just joined us wants to make a comment to let us see who they are. And then honestly, at that point, if I have 2 of you in here and you're both like actively engaged in talking, fuck it, man. I might find some other shit to do in the game for you guys. We got 3. Okay, I don't know what is going on at this point. We got 3 people in here. If any of the other 2 who are not Mike would like to make a comment so we can see your name, because this was done. We were killing it, like not in the sense of doing awesome. There we go, lost one. But killing it in the sense that like we were going to end the broadcast most likely. And that was like 12 minutes ago. So if you just drop and don't say anything, yeah, I was wondering. I was wondering that, Mike. I mentioned it before. So yeah, if the other person just decides to drop, as people tend, there we go, there it is. So all right, so I think I can kill the broadcast. Now the fact that this is a live broadcast that will go on a replay, and I can't splice it out until I actually delete it. It's like maybe I should go through and like just show some show some crazy shit here. So we got 13 hours to do the daily, which we need that collectible, so we can get the new Dyke. That's important, but I got 13 hours to do that, and those are easy tasks. The easiest of which has already been done, but 10 shots on goal, playing an online game, scoring 3 goals, completing 3 games. Thank God the dailies are not hard to do, and unfortunately, because they're dailies, you can only do them every 24 hours. And if I did all this right now, which would take me a minimum of 3 games to do, and maybe I could probably get it done in 3 games. I've done it before. It's not as the timer that's currently reading there is 13 hours. It doesn't like refresh or make it sooner or whatever. But also luckily it doesn't kick it back out to 24 hours. It's based on the the game time reset, which is 2 p.m. Pacific time. So no matter what, whether I complete this or not, in 13 hours, this will refresh. The problem is if I don't complete it, then I didn't get that collectible, and then I can't get the untradeable 90 overall Legend Joe Nieuwendyk, which I need. So gonna definitely do that. So I will be up in 13 hours for sure, or in less than 13 hours for sure, to be able to complete these simple tasks. But those are not too hard. I suck at online. I have not. Oh, I have to. It's not even a question. Like I'm setting alarms. Like I don't know if you see the other timer up there next to like the team name and the card with the star on it that says basically 2 hours, 1 minute and 47 seconds, 46, 45. That's the countdown to the next free rewards pack, and those come every 8 hours. So that, in combination with these dailies, is the only reason why I'm going to be able to complete this, because that is this. We need we got 9 out of 16, so we need 7 more. Yep, don't have any there. Don't have any in the inbox. So yeah, need 7 to finish. And as you can, I don't know if you can see it there because it's kind of small on my screen at least, but you trade that in and you get a 90 overall Legend Joe Nieuwendyk. And I could totally click over and show you, you know, in the collection, you know, how boss that card is. But the real key for it for me on this new format channel is the fact that it's an untradeable card. And the only time that this happened so far, because this game is only 6-7 weeks in, is in September we got a Ray Ferraro, who is actually like an 88, maybe an 89 overall, but good at faceoffs and plays center, so he's on the team. He's on plenty of other people's normal teams, but he's sure as shit can be on my team for the foreseeable future, because I'm limiting myself to untradeable cards, and it's pretty tough to get cards that are, you know, as high as 90 overall in an untradeable format. So yeah, need this Nieuwendyk, and as you see, those are the 7 that we got to fill in the next 3 days and 13 hours, rounding up a minute. So in 2 hours, if I'm kind of set an alarm and wake myself back up, which is kind of why I'm still up now, because I did that the last one, and playing 2 games at once. So kind got busy in the other game because it also had other shit going on at that time, and things that were finishing at midnight as well. Um, so yeah, in 2 hours I'd be able to get that one, and that's automatic. That's not It's not like an earned one, whereas the dailies are earned um, from actually completing stuff. Um, so that is here. So in the next 13 hours, I can get another one from here by doing these things in the game, which again are not tough. Luckily, the online thing is just completing, because as you can see, if it was winning, I'd be fucked. if if I had to win even one online or competitive game per day for daily progression, well, first off, I'd probably have to quit the fucking game, or I'd have to get like tutored, like very expensively by a person who actually knows how to play this fucking game. Because I cannot win. I've won more than 4 times. That's a little misleading, and I believe there's ways where I can go in and show how many. Yeah, it's in milestones. So I've won not many more than 4. I've won 12 total. I've won 12 games. Yeah, if if you're saying like as far as like the dailies, like if that was the thing, yeah, I basically would have to quit. If part of the requirement was actually having to win the online game as opposed to just playing it. Luckily, it's just completing, and luckily completing means like actually completing, so you can't cheese it by booting you out and getting the win and having that count as a completion, I believe. But I've been booted from online games, so I don't know if the person gets their daily from that or not. But yeah, since completing the last set of progressions, have only won 4 online since then, which that means that I had won 8 up to that point. And I think the last progression only required me winning like 5. So that I don't know, maybe it's me, but that kind of sucks. It's like I should have, this should be like halfway done, as opposed to, less than a third of the way done. Especially because I just like don't have the ability to win these games. But for the dailies, luckily it's just completing. And then even this, the 3 games is just completing. But you do have to score 3 goals, and you do have to take 10 shots on goal. Now taking 10 shots on goal, I mean, for me, I play a specific game. Without giving away all of my secrets, I play a specific game almost every day when trying to get the dailies, especially if I like say I sleep right now, and either I do set alarms or I don't wake the fuck up, and then all of a sudden it's like 11 or even 12 hours later and I don't have a lot of time to get these completions done. I absolutely in that case would play a specific game format, and it's pretty much a lock that at a minimum in that one game I'm going to get my 10 shots on goal, and it's very likely that I'm going to be able to get to be able to score 3 goals in that game as well. And even if I don't, I still have to, at a minimum, I have to play another 2 games. So you'd hope to get another goal out of those if you've only scored 2. If you're like, I don't know, 7, 8, or 9 shots on goal, you'd hope to get another one of those out of those. But there are plenty of games that you can play, whether it's online versus or whatever, or parts of the Hut Challenge. For me, at my level, being a terrible player, are really, really, really difficult games. And I'm not saying I can't win them ever. Like online against other players, I can't win at all. It's proven that to myself. But even versus the computer, there are plenty of games that are very difficult for me to complete the objectives. But but I can still, I can still typically get stuff off. Like this one, I don't think I broadcast this one live. But yeah, I played this once, and I won the game by 2 goals. I think it was actually 3-0. And I did take a penalty and did kill it off. No, that was that was part of the live broadcast. However, the face-off percentage I fucked up. So if I wanted to get that last star there, If I did, if I did care about the Halloween challenges, which is debatable right now if I do or not, and getting that last star would only get you a daily reward, which would basically mean that I'd be able to get a bronze or a silver player out of that. That's it. It's just the daily reward is just one item, and it can be a player item, but that's it. It's usually not anything great. So that would really be, other than just trying to get another challenge star. Yeah, I'm thinking kind of don't do it too, which is why like this has been up for like, I don't know, almost 3 days. I haven't touched it since playing the original game. Could have immediately jumped right back in with my same team and tried to do better. Like win a couple face-offs and then like try to go out of my way to like have less face-offs occur. Like I don't know, I was like maybe pass more as opposed to covering the puck with the goalie so that doesn't create a face-off opportunity. But then even with the tuner that they did that makes that go directly to the opposing team's offensive player less frequently and with less ease, it still does happen. Do you mean in terms of the game? Because that could potentially be true in terms of the game. In terms of other stuff, honestly, dude, probably not. Which is probably why I've taken an hour to do this. But here's some other challenges. These are successive. I could do this one right here, right now, and it's simply just win the game and get 500 coins. I can't do this one until I beat the one before that. If I do and get a Gatorade collectible, these are also only going on for the next like 4 days. And then if you beat that and then get into the third one, and then now you're playing, they're all pro 2 minutes. And they're all the fuck. Kind of wish I could click on that. It's very confusing to me. But yeah, it's just winning 3 games. You get 500 coins to the first one and get your collectible for the second, and then an 83 overall loan, Jacob Trouba. The interesting thing is, like, Jacob Trouba for me is probably the best potential card that you can get from the Gatorade challenges. But again, they're successive, so you'd have to go through the rest of these, to be able to get these all the way down the line. And then the last one, you're getting an 81 overall. So it's like at that point, I don't think that I would feel the need to play that last game at all. Unless it was just to complete another challenge and to get that for the milestones, but I would probably want to have that collectible. Where is it that you get, there you go. So Trocheck is the highest overall. It's one of the few that are actually selling halfway decently on the market. It's like, I already have the card, so I don't think I have it in an untradeable format, so it'll just be put on the market again, I guess, or whatever. But I'd have to get to this level, which is like the second to the lowest tier, even though I'm not that far off from it, to be able to get his loan card. That's the only way that you can get the loan card, because the loan cards are untradeable, so you can't get them on the auction market. Are you watching this on your phone? If so, that's cool. I guess live broadcasts could be different. But like if I'm watching like a video, and I want to watch the video, which is probably what I'm going to do when I'm done with this. I pop it onto the big screen. So the screen that I'm watching this on while doing the broadcast is the same screen. Hey, we got 2 people in here. Feel free to say hello. We're gonna be pumping out here in about a second here. Unless you talk and show an interest in possibly seeing some Gatorade challenges played or whatever. But yeah, Mike Allo was saying there is that basically I think I'd have to go through and play at least a few more of these to get a few more Gatorade collectibles. And I should have hit the My HUD thing to jump out quicker. I am curious, and I think that they let you filter it for that. See, there's a Gatorade player right there, 79 overall. Tradable format. So like they went through the process of either getting it. I don't know if he's part of a pack or if they had the loan version and they they put it into the set to create the actual version. But I think we can. Yeah, I think you can. Oh, that sucks. That's so annoying. They let you pick Halloween and Evolution, but not Gatorade. Does that mean that Gatorade are not being sold? I'm not going through 109 items. How much are the carbons going for? 200k still, huh? 218 items. I mean, I was gonna scroll over real fast. So I'll be able to spot whether bunch of carbons. That's cool. Good to see people actually trying to sell those things. I don't think they're actually selling though. All right, so in basic collectibles, they're not doing it. It's not draft, it's not Halloween, it's not Evo. And any would assume that that's anything that's not basic. And they don't have rarities on them, and prices definitely not. I can't go through 1,000 of these. Please show me a Gatorade collectible. They gotta be tradable, right? There's Evos. So nuts. People are still selling Evos. They're completely worthless. You literally can't do a fucking thing with them anymore. And these Halloweens, they're gonna be worthless in another 4 days. People better sell those things as quick as they can if they actually want to fucking sell them. All right. So, I wonder who the second person is that's in here. Possibly getting all my secrets. So. Oh, wrong one. Yep, definitely tired. I don't think it's a good idea for me to continue. So where you would go with that is here. And as you see, I did do the Chad Johnson. And these do not create untradeable versions. So I can't even really distinguish at this point the Chad Johnson that I created through this process and potentially originally sold versus other ones that I've been able to pick up relatively quickly. All right, so that's that TANAV that we saw. So that was likely created out of this process as opposed to through a pack. Because actually, I don't even know if you can get, this is the last guy in this set, which is weird. He's that low, and you got to go all the way down to get him. Yeah, I don't know if you can get Gatorade cards out of packs, but I'm hoping you can get them out of the rerolls because I want the 89 Crosby, even though only like 5 of those are going to come out of the season, so it wouldn't seem to make sense that they would get them out of here. So this is what I was talking about. Like I've already got I got the lone Yanni Gordy 82 overall. I don't know if I have a regular version of him because again he's not untradeable, so you can just buy him. You can buy any of these cards. Looks like I've already put in. That's weird. I guess I already had the thought that I was going to go with Trouba if I could. All right, so I only have 4 of those. Oh, that's why they're untradeable. Makes sense. Actually, just fucking think about things for a second. It makes sense. So they're untradeable. So yeah, I would need 3 more just to have him. And if I wanted to have Trocheck, then shit, I've got 3. I would need 6 more, right? Yep. As well as earning his loan card. And Mike, you still here? Or is that the other person that we lost? That decided not to talk to us at all? Or did your phone die? And now the random who's not talking to us is still here? Oh, cool. Yeah, so what did I say I needed? I needed like, I got thrown off by the other person leaving, but however many I need, basically you only get 1 per each one of these runs. So there's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, there's a max of 5 more to get. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, that sucks. That's why people who may watch this shit that I put out might be like, this dude does way too much analysis for stuff that doesn't need that much analysis. Wrong one again. I don't want to go to my collection. I want to go to my sets. But like, if I would have done that, what I just did previously, I would have fucking realized these things are untradeable, and you can only get them through playing the game. So I cannot create this card. And I already have it. You can just buy it. Um, Unfortunately, doing this and clicking on it and searching auction house is going to come up with no results because you can't trade the loan version of it. But I could go through to the auction and search for 84 overall Gatorade cards, and he's the only one. And all of his cards will show up and show you the values for those. But the issue is you need 9 Gatorade collectibles, and they are untradeable. And I didn't realize that there are only 10 in the series in the games that you can get to play. So I guess, and I'm only going to do this if I can get to this in like 2 seconds. I'm assuming that the only other place then would be in the Gatorade challenges. Has to be, right? Cool. So for the seasons, there you go. You know, top 100. So I said 5. I guess 100. There'll be 100 of these created. Of the 89 overall Crosby's. There you go. And they also get Gatorade collectibles. Yeah, all these people are getting Gatorade collectibles. So every single person that plays in this season, and I think I played. I think I have a season qualifier so far. So I will get a silver pack in it and 1 Gatorade collectible reward pack, and I have to just automatically assume that a Gatorade collectible reward pack only consists of 1 Gatorade collectible. In terms of the rounds, like the top stuff gets them as well. 1,000 plus, yeah, it does suck. 1,000 plus is just. Do you see that on your screen, by the way? The thing telling me that shit's not sufficient for broadcast gameplay, which is like okay, except that it is because I'm still doing it and there's never any problems. Yeah, because I do this at the highest resolution possible, which I guess is kind of weird because it's not real yet. But I definitely could, when it is real, I definitely could see, you know, if I do basically a month's worth, like not over the course of 30 days, but like literally like 30 times 24 hours of content, however long that takes me to do, that if I have that to work off of, that I could definitely edit that down into of useful, nicely presented content. And so in that sense alone, it would be good. Yeah, I mean, it's the highest level resolution that I can do, that the game allows, and that whatever. So it's like you literally can't get any better in terms of the video resolution. So that's part of my thinking, is that like if I ever did want to actually edit any of this stuff and put it into a palatable, useful format that people would actually watch, that it would be helpful if it was good quality video, especially if it's going to be the short stuff, because an hour, which is this plus, which I've never gone more than 12 hours yet, thank God. At that high of a resolution can obviously cause significant issues for download, upload, storage, etc. But to create like 5 minutes or less from something of that high level of quality, I think is worth it. So it's part of my thought process. Anyway, for this round is already over, so it's kind of pointless to look at this round, but I'm just going to check to see if the other rounds are exactly the same. If I had played this, and I might even have played this round, I don't know, but I doubt it. Everyone gets a bronze pack, and if you manage to get into the top 10,000, then the minimum that you can get out of those 5,000 people are a bronze plus pack, which is not very good, and a Gatorade collectible reward pack. So again, like, it's not that hard if you're playing these rounds. If you're good, then fuck it. Like, each round, you finish in the top 5. They all the same. Well, hold on. Oh, switch there. Okay, so round 3. Huh. Yeah, round 3 and round 4 were better than the first 2 rounds. So yeah, now this current round, if you're actually good, if you rank five, all four rounds, fuck it, man. You got five ultimate packs. You got five, or sorry, four. You got four ultimate packs, four silver plus packs, 32 Gatorade collectibles. So there you go. Right off the bat, you can do the sets for basically almost like the entire um, Gatorade options simply from that whole thing. Um, oh, and actually, yeah, you whatever it was. I just said four silver plus packs. It actually would have been two. Yeah. Um, Problem is not a fucking chance to be able to get top five on the round in something that people are actually playing in, which people are playing in this because they want that Crosby at 89 overall. It's a pretty fucking good card. Doesn't exist in the market yet until this season ends and those 100 people get it. But it will almost assuredly be a tradable card because let's see, they're saying this is season 2. season 1 was considered Legends. Wait, hold on, what the fuck? Season 3 Evolution. Oh, okay. Yeah, I got myself confused there. So I think the Legends thing was in this season. I just found these seasons like maybe a week ago, within the last week. So actually, it might be kind of tough for me to even determine what this is saying. I think I can figure it out by not being stupid and looking at the completed seasons, even though there's a ton of Hot Champion stuff in here. So there's that Legends that I was talking about. But I think I was thinking that was what came before Gatorade, but I think that was actually in the other one. Wait, what the fuck? Oh, okay. I get it. I get it. All right, so yeah, I was technically kind of right, I guess. So season 1 was Legends, and then season 2 is Gatorade currently still. However, during that time, season 3 came out, which is Evolution, and that has since ended. And now season 4 of Halloween has come out. And so, oddly enough, season 2 and season 4 are technically going on at the same time. Although it appears Gatorade is going to end before Halloween is. But this Halloween is shit. I don't know if you were the one that was in when I was actually showing this before. Because I've done it on the live broadcasts. Tell me about it, dude. Like, and I've never played this shit before, so it's like, just even finding it was hard enough. I was like, wait, I get to play in these things? Because here's my thing. I think I can show this super quick. Like, so this is gotta click out 4 times apparently. So this is the screen, right? And up here, I don't know what the fuck it said in terms of competitive seasons, but I wasn't really paying attention to it. You know, I was drawn to like the big thing here, and then I think I probably clicked on it and was like, oh, you don't qualify. So I was like, okay, I'll go over here. And as you can see, like I don't play well online, so I'm 1-3 in this current season, I guess, of online play, and that was what I had been playing. I did win a Division 9 title miraculously, and I advanced to Division 9 from 10. Do not think that I won that title. So that's kind of where I was at. And then like I haven't played. I think I played like one game here and took it as like an automatic loss, and then realized it was better to take the automatic loss in the Halloween one. So I didn't see like this shit up here at all. I didn't know what the fuck was going on. I might have like barely seen it. It wasn't listing as many of them at the time. So I think like once there were suddenly like 4 different seasons going on at one time. I was like, wait, what's going on with that? And I clicked on it and went into it, and I was like, wait a minute, hold on, what the fuck? Like, I can actually play in these things. Like this, I cannot. I'm literally clicking X, which I don't know if you can hear, like if I put it close to the mic, but like I can't get into that. That's Hot Champions season 7. Oh, it also because it hasn't started yet, but that's not the point. The point is like here's season 6 that says it's live. Round 1 is processing. um, that's me, dude. I've been a button masher my whole life. So I'm a reformed, attempted to be reformed button masher, I guess. But like in this game, especially if you actually do anything in the auction market, that the tapping that you just heard, that's low level stuff. You got to be way quicker than that if you want to snipe this shit at anything that's like not going to guarantee a loss for you in value. Um, so results available soon. So round 1 is processing. I wasn't able to play in any of this, so I don't know. I did see what you said. I'm not intentionally not responding to it as. So those are the season rewards. I guess the season only consists of 1 round. Now I'm going to go back into Hut season 5 because I feel like that's not the case. Maybe it's just because there's so many fucking qualifiers. I just automatically assume that there's more. Oh, okay, cool. So it is just one. It's literally just 1 round. So I mean, I guess you could kind of get lucky, maybe. Except like I feel like everyone's going after this. And this is how I got confused before because I was talking about there only being 5 versions of the cards. That's what happens in Hut Champions. In this case, it's a 91 overall Shea Weber, the one that I guess is tabulating the results for right now. The quote unquote current season that has technically ended of season 6. That's a Marion Hossa. Also a pretty sweet card, and there's only gonna be 5 of those. Like only 5 people won them. Although I don't know if that means that there's 5 on PlayStation and 5 on Xbox or not. I don't know, but so it's either 5 total between the 2 consoles, or it's 5 each for 10 total. But either way, that's a very small amount of cards available. And so yeah, I've seen the Shea Weber, I've seen the Jerome Ginla trying to be sold for millions of coins. And the times where I have gone through and put them on the watch list, I have not seen them sell for that much. But that is what that is. There've been a bunch of seasons of those, and I didn't realize like that you could get into the qualifier. Do not own a Champion Season 6 qualification collectible. I don't know what the fuck they're talking about there. Do not own a Hut Champion Season 7 qualification collectible. Alright, well, I will come back to that in 4 days, I guess. Unless the qualifiers start before then, which they could. And again, unless they've completely changed this, which would be fucked up. Why would they have done that? But I was able to get into the qualifier, I think, for that season, for season 6. I don't know, whatever, doesn't matter. Because the like normally here, like instead of listing the actual season, it would list the qualifier, and it would say like no entry requirements. Like you could just play. But then you got to qualify. And I think I came relatively close, if I recall correctly, and thought that I got it. I was expecting to be able to play, even though then like, you know, my my result wouldn't have been much of anything. I mean, I'm not getting top five, so I'm not getting the card. But I would have gotten a gold plus pack just by playing, just by qualifying. So I would have taken that, sure. Um, I don't know. I'd imagine that means you gotta play a minimum of three. That doesn't say. You gotta play a minimum of three games. So like that dude. Uh, so like if this is how it stays for the round, this is the lowest level guy that won the card, and he played 14 games and went 13-0-1 with 2,080 points. Uh, and that does not break down in terms of like, you know, how he got that and stuff like that, because I think that it's not just based on wins and losses. This person's slightly above them, 24-2-1, 10-0-0, 15-0-0. And then the winner, it appears, is who I think is just basically just getting slightly better packs, 17-2-0. So, and that's interesting because then it's like 18-2-0. I think that kind of proves my point. 18-2-0 loses, does not make top five, whereas 17-2-0 wins the whole thing. So, yeah, I'm almost 1,000,000% positive at that point based on that information, that it's got more to do with than just your record, than just wins and losses. Because that person has literally not lost any more games, doesn't even have an overtime loss added onto it, has played one extra game, but won it. So as far as like win-loss percentage, if these were season standings in actual NHL, the guy in sixth would be the above the guy in first. So it's also based off of like the points you get are based off of your performance in the game and basically like how many goals you score and all that sort of shit. But I mean, he's got 10,000 projected season points. That is a fuck ton of points for the season. Which means this guy must have been just doing really good. For the for every season that they played in. Yeah, cool. I need to get going. Even though now I've got 90 minutes until I can pull the next one, and if I don't, it just sits there until I come back into the game. Even if I leave the game on and let it like pop up automatically, it still doesn't like technically collect it and then restart the new one. You can't do it automatically, and I'm not a bot, despite being able to play enough consecutive hours that makes it look like I'm a bot at times, I guess. So, all right, man. Thanks for sticking around. Feel free to join in any other time you see this coming up with the live broadcasts. If you ever want to see anything in particular, let me know. Even though I know this is not your game, but it looks like I will probably have the ability to put some Red Dead Redemption 2 content out very soon, if not like a week, maybe a couple weeks. So if that's of more interest to you, that will very likely be possible very, very soon. So anyways, man, good night. Thanks for stopping